Who is Ja Morant?
For Indiana, so 85-67 the count. Morant against McConnell. Pick and roll. Morant. Oh!
Who is Ja Morant?
Round series. Morant. Oh! A jawbreaker!
Ja Morant, superstar point guard for the Memphis Grizzlies, has been suspended indefinitely, which means that we don't know when he's coming back. Why did he get suspended, you might ask? Ja Morant got suspended because he was on Instagram Live doing hood-ish. You cannot do hood-ish when you represent these multi-billion-dollar organizations. You cannot be doing hood-ish when you are no longer a member of the hood. The worst thing you can do in America as a young black celebrity is make a mistake. I would not make no type of excuse for Ja Morant because what he did was stupid. Let's be honest, it was stupid. You were an NBA player making millions of dollars. You have made it out of the hood. There's no need for you to do hood stuff. What I would say is that he's 23. Oh, 23, he's a grown man. I thought I was a grown man when I was 23. Now that I'm 35, I realized that I didn't know this. It's a lot of mistakes I made when I was 23 that I wish I could take back. None of us, me or you, on your phone or behind your computer screen, know what this man going through at 23 years old. Because when you was 23 and when I was 23, or you're probably 23 right now, our whole life was not under a microscope. We can say, oh, you not about that life. You not about that life. Why you on the internet faking like you about that life? We don't know if he's about that life. I know basketball players that was really about that life. The one thing I can say is they didn't have social media back then, so we didn't see the type of antics they was into.
I've called around the league to people I've known forever, talking about Ja because I was so shocked by the IG Live, how brazen it was. And I had several people say to me, well, time out. Are you sure you guys on TV aren't giving him a pass here? Like you're not that? They're asking me, are you sure he's not that? Like that's just who he is, that he is about that life. And remember, he's thrown up the Crip sign several. I've seen him throw it up 2 or 3 times. I probably missed some other times. What does that mean? Does that mean he wants to associate with the Crips, or he got initiated by the Crips, or he has a dream of being a Crip? I don't know. I'm just throwing this out. That are we missing the boat here? That's just who he's been from the start, and we keep saying, no, you're just associating with the wrong people when he's actually part of the wrong people. Is that it?
Skip, that you know what, Skip? You and the people that you talk to might be 100% correct, but that makes it even more egregious.
It does.
Because you got out.
I dislike how all these adults who are part of the media, I know they're just doing their job, but I dislike how they're reporting this story. I don't want Ja Morant to be another Chris Brown. The only person whose message I feel like came from a really good place, his delivery was on point, was Jalen Rose. I don't know if it's because Jalen Rose has been through it. Jalen Rose has been the young knucklehead growing up in the NBA, but the things he said, the examples he gave, and the solution he gave, I felt like that came from a good place.
I am Ja Morant. Like, you guys have got a chance to see me grow up for public consumption since 1991. And I've been involved in drug raids. I've survived assassination attempts. I've been that undisciplined young person that was trying to figure out how to be famous, how to be successful, and how to change the dynamics of my family. The one thing that young people have to understand, and in Ja Morant's case, when you first get drafted, you go from being a member of the family, a member of the crew, to being the leader, to being the breadwinner. And first and foremost, I hear a lot of people talking about like his family and his crew. When you the leader, it's on you, because you end up searching that lifestyle. You end up wanting to be down. And what I had to learn is that people come into your life for 4 reasons: to add, subtract, multiply, or divide. You have to choose wisely. He has way too much to lose. Trust me, I've been that young player carrying a gun, And Wilbon alluded to this. When you start waving it, that could get you killed. That's an entirely different thing than we're talking about. A superstar athlete should be putting themselves in position. And as Stephen A. mentioned, that's him on the video, on his IG Live. Ain't nobody coaxing him. Ain't nobody ain't nobody egging him on to do that. That's a personal choice. And a lot of times, guys, as I mentioned, fame can be a drug. And I don't know what type of pain that he deals with and type of anxiety that he has, or what types of substances that he may be using. And I'm glad in this statement that he owned that I need to make changes for me. Because as the leader, as the breadwinner, you control the environment. The people that are around you, you select. And a lot of times, unfortunately, and Wilbon alluded to this also, when we start to get fame, when we start to get money, then we try to feel like we keeping it real. Like we trying to be down now. We trying to be tough now. We trying to be hard now. But you made it. And once you make it, your job is to uplift, to enlighten. And I'm glad this actually happened at this point of his life. He's a 23-year-old young man. Nobody got arrested. Nobody got injured. And I'm hearing too many stories about pistols, okay? Allegedly with the 17-year-old kid, allegedly with the Indiana Pacers staff. Last night on IG Live, I saw the video like you guys did, brandishing the gun. The next step to that is now recovery. And I believe that he's on that path. I'm happy that he's on that path. He's gonna return and he's gonna be a better person. And because of all of this taking place, he's now gonna be able to live his full potential.
Do you think ugly people are attracted to each other? Because
Listen, so we all know the story about Gilbert Arenas and Javaris Cringleton, and I think Javaris is in jail right now, like doing a life sentence. I don't think John Morant is gonna go that far, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, man, I just want to see a young brother succeed. I don't want him to go down the wrong path. You making millions of dollars, brother. You feel me? If it's something you need to speak about, you should probably speak to one of these old heads. You should really speak to Gilbert Arenas, or you should speak to Jalen Rose. Those two OGs will probably set you right. Gilbert Arenas damn near messed his NBA career up being a knucklehead. And Jalen Rose, Mr. Smooth, he been through a lot. He been through some real shit. Even Steven Jackson. You feel me? Y'all tell me what y'all think, man. Was I reaching with this video too? Should we just be kicking John Morant while he's down?